And what you said about reading the bill, learning about it, learning about other people's point of view, all very valid, which is what causes me concern when I hear these kind of debates where they're so polarized. Because it's one or the other. It's far right or far left. It's not where can we meet in the middle and where can we come together and find stuff that we agree on and make things, you know, make things work where we can. It's my way or my way over here. And there's not going to be a solution as long as that's the attitude. And as long as we have debates that are framed in terms of this is a government giveaway. I mean, we can disagree whether or not it should be mandated, but it's not a government-funded program. It's not single payer. It's not the government option, and it shouldn't be framed as that. It's not Canada. It's not Great Britain, and there was never any discussion of going that way. So when it's presented in that context, that's just flat out wrong. And so let's talk about it in terms of accuracy and accuracy of context as well as facts, rather than just trying to misrepresent it for emotional reasons.
Well, I appreciate that. Come on, the one clap. You know, we worked that well tonight. I mean, the bottom line is, you just said we ought to meet in the middle, ought to not be saying this side is wrong or not, and yet you ended by saying that's an absolute untruth. And so what I'm saying is that is the beauty of America. Do any of you remember Lynn Johndell? A state legislator from East Lansing, a colleague of mine for my entire 16 years in the State House. He and I debated an awful lot together because we were both former in our past life before going to the dark side. We were ministers. And so they would put us up for debates, and we grew to be good friends. He was as liberal as I was conservative. But I'll never forget, I was in the first term limited class in the state legislature, and we had a going away party, dinner. Governor and everybody came and said goodbye to us, first House members leaving. And Lynn Johndell was given the opportunity to speak that night, to give the speech for the class, as it were. I thought I should have, but he did a good job. I've never forgotten his speech. Never. In fact, I've got a copy of it. One of the finest speeches about what America's all about. And that's what we're about tonight. His premise, his title was The Messiness of Democracy. And his whole point was that the beauty of America and its republic form of democracy was that it was messy. That there was debate. Nobody closed off that debate. Nobody set the parameters as long as it wasn't violent. There could be strong, passionate debate. But at the end of the day, we were Americans. And he pointed out, because of the messiness of democracy, sometimes we ebbed to the right, your left. Sometimes we ebbed to the left, your right. But ultimately, America got it done. The further we move away from those foundational principles of public foment, public debate, but debate within the constraints, and I would agree with you, the middle of the road called the Constitution, the stronger this country will remain. It's not Walberg's Constitution. It's not Mark Schauer's Constitution. It's ours. And those foundational principles, regardless of what Marxists and socialists and you name it think about our governmental system, has worked better than any other country on the face of this earth. For that reason, as you read the health care bill, sometimes take an opportunity to read this little document. We're talking about all new, fresh ideas. Politicians have come up with a lot of new, fresh ideas over the years. And I contend that's probably why we're in such a problem. I think we go back to the Constitution, an idea that worked. And we'll do just fine in the messiness of democracy. I thank you for being here tonight. And we'll have more of these opportunities. I'll stay around for a bit here. But we do need to get out of the room because it's only been reserved for a certain amount of time. Thank you so much.